everyone, welcome to C-Word Reading. Today I'm going to show you how to get started with the Student app. You start with the Student app by clicking on the white I, which launches C-Word Reading Student. Once it is launched, you'll see our friend Billy blinking his eyes, holding a sign that says Let's Play. Touch the pink button. The next step, if you were a teacher and you had multiple teachers programmed into this app, the student would have the ability to touch their teacher's face. Since this is just a demo, I am going to touch either of these. After you touch your teacher's face, the teacher will have pre-programmed in a list of student names to which the student could come and just select their name. Again, this is the demo, so I am going to select Test Student 1. C-Word Reading has a set of pre-programmed lessons already in C-Word for you to get started quickly. If you would like to build your own custom lesson plans, you can do that through the Teachers app, and I'll create a tutorial that shows you how in another video. Now we're going to move backwards and we'll just get started with the pre-programmed lesson 1. Now we're at the home screen and we're going to start with the first level of lesson 1. So I touch the top book.
Trace the letter with your finger.
The question said trace the letter with your finger. So something to note about this is that now it's looking for you to trace this letter form in the way that you have been taught. I do have some cues in the letter forms with these dotted lines here. Your finger wants to start at the circle and move down to the arrow. Another tip about tracing, you want to start with the thicker line and then move to the thinner line. So as I begin to trace the letter P, I start with the dot and I bring my cursor or my finger down to the arrow. Now, if I should start tracing and I get out of bounds, say I start drawing all over the map here, it won't initiate anything because you haven't traced it properly. If you've attempted to trace this and nothing has happened, it's because you've not followed it according to the thicker line to the thinner line, following from the circle down to the arrow. In order to begin again, just take your finger anywhere else on the screen and double tap the screen. It will get rid of your trace marks, and then again, you bring your finger to the circle and travel the line down to trace it. Then I pick my finger up and I go to the next circle and I follow it around.
Peach, penguin, peapod. Say the names of the pictures with me this time. Peach, penguin, peapod. Thanks! What sound does this letter make?
If you have traced the letter form correctly, it will initiate the series of hidden images to be spoken over the top, which brings you to the first question that it will ask on level 1. What sound does this letter make? You can tell little Billy when he appears on the screen what sound the letter makes. If you want to hear the sound that you said, all you have to do is touch the green button, and you can hear what you just said. If you wish to re-record because it's not accurate, you touch the blue button to record again.
Thanks! What sound does this letter make?
Once you're satisfied with your response, the student can touch the red arrow to advance to the next question.
Thanks. What word do you know that begins with this sound?
Peach.
Peach. Press the letter on the keyboard that matches the letter on the screen. Keep trying, never give up. I know you can keep trying, never give up. I know you can do it. What letter is this?
P.
P.
So then it moves on to the next letter, which again, you want to start with the thicker line and move to the thinner line. Start with the circle, move to the arrow. Start with the circle and move to the arrow. If the letter has been traced properly, it will initiate a series of cues. If you don't trace it properly, no worries. Just click double tap anywhere outside of the letter to start again.
Alligator, eel, apple, astronaut, axe. Say the names of the pictures with me this time. Alligator, eel, apple, astronaut, axe. Thanks! What sound does this letter make?
Ah.
Ah. Thanks. What word do you know that begins with this sound?
Apple.
Apple. Press the letter on the keyboard that matches the letter on the screen. What letter is this?
A.
A.
There typically are 3 sounds that are covered in a lesson plan, so the letter N would work the same way as the P and the A. Start with the circle and follow it down to the arrow. Start with the thicker line and then move to the thinner one as you trace.
Nest. Nurse. Say the names of the pictures with me this time. Nest. Nurse. Thanks. What sound does this letter make?
N.
Thanks. What word do you know that begins with this sound?
Nurse.
Nurse. Press the letter on the keyboard that matches the letter on the screen. What letter is this?
N.
N.
And that concludes it. That's level 1 of the student app. Check back again to watch how level 2 works.